Yeah, you've made this beat.
Welcome to Say Like a Champ, episode 157. It's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Shizzy back in the building. Welcome back, guys. You know what I'm saying? Say Like a Champ, episode 157. How you feeling, my guy?
I'm feeling good. I can't believe how fast time goes by. You know, we just celebrated our 150, our 155, and we just continue to do this thing every single Tuesday. Definitely appreciate everybody rocking with us, though. We got some slackers in the building already.
Yep.
We got moms. We got Pops. We got Kelly as well. Happy Tuesday. And yeah, almost September, just a couple days away. And just a couple days away from football season. But I'm good though, Strizzy. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Like I said, super excited about football season, man. It kind of sucks sometimes, you know. It's like when you feel the last preseason game and you just think to yourself football's next week, but it's really the week after, you know what I'm saying? So but it's here, man. It's here. So I'm super excited about that. I can't wait for it to start going again.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It should be really a lot of fun. You know, that's kind of when we thrive. That's when we get really busy with it. And there's a lot to cover, you know, so many games every week, so many storylines. So we're going to get into some of those in just a second, but do want to add the last member of our panel in real quick and check in with him before we get this ball rolling. And you know who that is, the super producer, Marcus. What's good?
What up, peoples? What's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. Glad that you're with us. Glad that you're safe and everything. After last week, you know, the storm kind of chased you to us, so that's what's up.
Yeah, not today. We didn't do it.
Yeah, not today though. But everything's going good with you?
Everything's good, man. Y'all all good?
Yeah.
Sure.
Just this last final countdown. That's what it is right now.
For real.
Grace in the building as well. Hi, everyone. Hello, Grace. Thank you for tuning in.
Pops, Kels, moms.
Got a good little squad here. I think we're ready to get it going. Today will be a little bit lighter on some topics, but we got to make up for last week since we didn't do other sports. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Let me go ahead and pull up our screen real quick. So we got the graphics there. And we're ready to rock. Let's get it. What's up next?
Oh, let's check it out, man, real quick.
Tune to NFL Talk. Let's get it. All right, NFL Talk. So the big news really of today is this is the final cut down day. Teams went from 80 players down to 53 man to make that final 53 man roster entering the season. So in the middle there, we have just a collection of different guys that have gotten cut that probably will end up on other teams, kind of some prize cuts. I would definitely say Marlon Mack, Sony Michel, OJ Howard for me are a couple of those surprise cuts that I saw out there. But what do you guys think about cut down day in general? Did you guys have any surprises or anything like that? Any comments on the cuts today?
Marlon Mack one really surprised me. I feel like he was always so good with the Colts, you know what I mean? Until obviously they got their bell cow now, but I feel like he was so good for so long, especially when they made him the number one back. But especially being in Houston, you know what I mean? Like, I know they just drafted their rookie, so he'll be their number one guy now. But I still would have expected them to keep him as like a maybe 1A, 1B, or at least a backup to their running back in case he goes down for whatever reason. So that one really, really surprised me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I would say that one and Sony Michel getting cut. Those two. I think they can go anywhere else and kind of maybe start somewhere or be a good backup. I would take Sony Michel for sure. So if he needs somewhere to go.
I kind of had the same thought. I was like, man, that's a lot of – I mean, I know running backs, you know, their shelf life keeps getting shorter and shorter, but still, those are some veteran backs that could still contribute. I wouldn't mind having them on the Cowboys for some kind of insurance too for our situation. So, so some surprise cuts. Some of that, you know, has to do with money and different things like that. Like Strizzy mentioned for the Texans, the rookie coming in, that's pretty big. But I do expect a lot of these guys to get jobs somewhere. One interesting thing from the Cowboys though on cut day, they did cut both Cooper Rush and Will Greer, the two backups that they had left on the roster. So right now, as of today, going in with their 53-man roster, they only have Dak Prescott. I'm wondering if that's because of some of the other quarterbacks that got cut around the league, if they're trying to improve their backup situation, or maybe just keep a guy for the for the practice squad. But that makes me a little bit nervous. Like, I'm wondering if they've got a plan there.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. They're going to try to get through waivers with only, with only him on the roster. So I don't know how that's going to work.
But normally how they do things when they cut people, they always say you could be on the practice squad still and then move up from there. So I wonder if one of them gonna be on the practice squad though, and maybe not on the roster right now. But Cooper Rush, that's surprising though. I thought he will.
Right, he's like a steady guy, and he doesn't have to clear waivers or anything. Will Greer does though, because he's like more recently drafted, I guess. Not, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with that.
Somebody coming, so that's all we know. Somebody coming, so.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. I do want to welcome Anthony West into the show. He says, "What's up?" as well as Stephanie Washington. Welcome both of you to the show. Thank you guys for joining in on us. So Anthony Weston had a comment on that. He said Josh Rosen to the Cowboys, maybe. Another one, he was waived. Also, Kellen Mond was waived by the Vikings. That's like a young kind of like mobile guy. So we'll see about that. Also, though, Pop said Jimmy G has to be the top story. So I did want to talk about that. Moving away from the cuts to a player that's actually going to stay with his current team, Jimmy G, after, kind of the whole offseason of expecting to be traded after the Niners have come out and publicly named it Trey Lance's team. He signed a restructured deal, so he's going to be the top paid backup and then has incentives if he ends up coming in and start. But what do you guys think about Jimmy G staying in San Francisco?
I think Strahan liked Jimmy G. I think he wanted to keep him. I think John Lynch wanted Trey Lance, so he's a hot pick. You got to try to play him, and I think Shanahan knows that he won't be as good, so he gonna put Jimmy there. That's why he's staying. I think Jimmy gonna finish the season now. I don't think Trey Lance gonna do it. It's just hard. It's not fair to Trey Lance. Like get him out of here so I can feel more comfortable. Like this is my team. I can move on because he's still there. It's like if I make a couple mistakes, I know I'm gonna be out of there. So to me, it's not fair. But I don't think Trey Lance gonna be. He'll play good under pressure. I think Jimmy is still gonna be the guy. That's why he's still there. So.
I agree. If they start off the season like 2-2 or something like that, they're gonna look probably to make a change. But Strizzy, what are your thoughts on that one?
I don't know. It's one of those things where it's kind of like how the Patriots were with Cam and Mac Jones last year. You know what I mean? Where they're basically like, we're gonna roll with Mac Jones, but we can't have Cam as the backup. We had to let Cam go, right? And I feel like that's kind of the same way. Kind of like Marcus was saying, it's like Trey Lance is going to start, but the second he starts not playing well, in the back of his mind, he's going to be thinking, "Oh, they're going to replace me. They're going to put Jimmy in." And then if they do that, it's like, well, you never really had faith in Trey Lance in the first place. Right. Then it starts getting to the point where it's like, should you have even started him in the first? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I feel like if they were going to go with Trey Lance, and they really should have done everything in their power to trade Jimmy G. I mean, Jimmy G, he hasn't even been practicing with the team. He's actually been practicing on another field, like next to the 49ers, because he was so sure that he wasn't going to be on the team going to the season. So, I think, like, I don't know, worst case scenario, not worst case scenario, but like best case scenario, they should have literally done everything they could to let him go, get him out of there, trade him for something. I think somebody mentioned it. Anthony mentioned it. Seattle definitely would have picked him up.
Definitely.
But you could have got something for him, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't have to just cut him, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know.
It is going to be interesting. He is going to be a high-priced insurance. I do think that, if they would have cut him, Seattle would have definitely done it. Seattle probably would have traded with him, but they don't want to make that division rival, competitive again. So,
did he get a contract with them, or he just get the one he already had?
No, so they actually reduced the one he already had. So he's going to make less money, but he is going to make guaranteed money. I think it's like $6.5 million or $7 million, something like that, and then it goes up over 10 if he ends up starting X amount of games. So but he basically is just taking a year off of his career and saying, "Okay, I'll chill then if you guys really want to just pay me to stay." So it's kind of like he won and he lost, like at the same time.
Yeah, for real.
So you saying that he won't dress up or something?
I think he'll dress out, but he'll just know like there's no there's no real plan on playing him if everything goes well with the young.
Okay.
There's no pressure on Jimmy at all. Like none.
Yeah. But that's definitely an interesting one. I do want to welcome in a couple more people. We got Unk tuning in from Texas.
What up?
And we also got Bobby back in the building. So it's very interesting to see what happens with it. Maybe they're just holding on to him for a contender later on if somebody gets hurt, But in this new way that they restructured it, he does have a no trade clause where I think he can deny a trade. So, maybe they still try to move him, but it would have to be like a favorable destination for him too. So We'll see. Anthony Weston made some good points though. Chiefs traded Alex Smith, Ravens traded Flacco. It's kind of like one of those things where you just got to move on at some point. So Pops asked about DiNucci. So DiNucci was actually for the quarterback situation for the Cowboys. DiNucci was actually waived in the previous cuts. So they had already waived him and they were down to Cooper Rush and Will Grier as the backups, and then they waived now both of them. So Dak Prescott, the lone ranger for the Cowboys at the moment. So interesting stuff there. Let's see here. A couple other things. This was a bad story. The Bills rookie punter Matt Ariza was released after some things came out about a sexual assault case that he was named in. And apparently this was something that was reported back in October of last year when it occurred, and then also a couple months ago over the summer. But the Bills initially said, they didn't really have anything on it in the pre-draft process. They just drafted him this year in April, and for the first couple of days, they were like not sure what they were going to do with him, and then they have released him since then. So, just not really a pleasant thing to talk about, but there are some details out there in the story if you want to hear about what potentially happened or whatever.
And I can see why they still went with him, dude. He had a big foot, but
apparently he did. And it's funny, in the first preseason game there was like a big talk about how he had like an 80-yard punt, or apparently he's a really good punter, but I think that probably played into how he got as far as he did with this. But I'm kind of glad that they shied away from it, especially everything that's gone on over this offseason in relation to that. And this is a way different situation, a way more serious, in my opinion, the allegations. So
you think he's done? No more NFL after this?
I think he's probably done. One interesting thing to mention, though, the timing of the civil case, they basically waited to produce this civil case against him until he was the final punter on the Bills roster. But maybe they waited a little bit. Maybe they pulled the trigger a little bit too quick. Maybe they should have waited till like week 1 or 2 where he was getting some game checks. It was interesting, the timing of it. But we'll see how that comes out. But I do think he's done, even though he does have a big leg, and apparently he is like one of the punters that a lot of teams were excited about drafting. So
maybe he's another position you could have gotten, but punted that you got to go.
So. Yeah, that's a tough one. So, a couple quick other things. Kenyon Drake was released by the Raiders in the last wave of cuts. He's going to be signed by the Ravens. So, Strizzy, how do you like that for your squad?
Just more backup. Gus Edwards is going to miss at least the next 4 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So, DK Dobbins should be ready for the week 1. So, I think it's actually pretty legit backup for DK until Gus gets back. So, not bad. Not bad at all.
I think it is weird how like the Raiders had too many running backs, so they release him, and then he ends up going to somewhere else that has a lot of running backs. But we know what happened with the Ravens last year. They have several running backs that are coming back from big injuries, so I guess just more insurance there. And then the other story, I know Marcus doesn't believe this, but Mike Tomlin says he's not ready to announce who's going to be the starting quarterback, that it's still not decided. But Marcus, what do you think about this situation in Pittsburgh with the quarterbacks?
It's Mitch. He's gonna be the starting quarterback. Like I said last week, you gotta go with Mitch and see how he does, because it'll be bad backwards to put the rookie in. He don't do good, and you gotta take him out. His confidence gonna be kind of messed up. So I would go with the veteran. I don't know. He's a veteran though. He'll have to play a little bit and see. Yeah. So you see how you do. I think, like I said, I think he'll do well with that. He got a great running back, and he has some pretty good receivers. So I think Mitchell, I think he'll do good, but if not, you got to put the rookie in there.
Yeah, I feel you. I think that's probably what's going to go down, though, too. I think Mr. Trubisky, like you said, he's well protected there. If he does well, he should be good. So, all right, let's go ahead and keep this train moving. We're going to dive into looking at the next division. Today we're going to do the West. We're going to do the AFC West and the NFC West. So I'm glad Bobby and Anthony are here. Go ahead and sound off on your Chiefs comments. We know you probably have a lot, so we can actually start with a different team. I want to start with the Broncos. Them trading for Russell Wilson, I think, is going to change the direction of where they could go. I think that it really makes them like a legitimate contender if they can get through this division. They stole Randy Gregory from the Cowboys. We'll see how much of an impact that has on their defense, but their defense is always pretty good. And they have first-time coach Nathaniel Hackett, who's an offensive guy. So what do you guys think about the Broncos, though? Can they threaten for this division? Are they going to be serious with their new quarterback? What do we think?
Absolutely. Like, I think this is actually one of the could possibly be one of the strongest divisions in the league this year. You know what I mean? If I know we're not talking about the Chargers yet, but if Herbert kind of makes another leap from what he did from his rookie and sophomore year, this division is going to be crazy. But I feel like the Broncos have always actually had a ton of talent on both sides of the football. They just didn't have the quarterback to do it. And now you've got Russell Wilson. I think a lot of this is going to have to do with the coaching from this team. We got on their first-time coach, Nathaniel Hackett. I think that's going to play a really huge role. But dude, in Russ, you trust. He's a great quarterback. So he's going to put his receivers in great positions. And honestly, man, like they could really win this division behind Russell because, honestly, I don't think Patrick Mahomes has the weapons that he's had in recent years. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I think
Mark,
I think they're gonna be pretty good. They could be 1 and 2 this year. I don't know which one they'll be, but I think Russell being there's gonna be a big difference. And it depends on their defense too. The defense can hold it down. They'll be a top team, but I think they're gonna definitely be better than 7-10 though.
Yeah, for sure. I can see them getting into the playoffs as a wild card. But depending on if they start off hot or if they win a lot of their division games, you never know. Anthony Weston says with Russell, they can definitely be better. I just don't trust the coach. Bobby says no. He's not feeling that. Let's see. Let's jump down to the Raiders. Obviously, acquiring Devontae Adams makes them even more potent on offense. Last year, I put can they stay drama free because last year there was just a lot of things surrounding the Raiders in many different ways. But they did end up making the playoffs and sneaking into the playoffs. And then a young core, they really actually have a pretty decent team, but I don't know if they can be anything more than middle of the pack. What do you guys think, especially coming out of this division?
Well, I think it depends on the quarterback. I think if he has a great year, I would say a semi-great year, I think that'd be good. You got Devontae Adams there, so you got a good tight end. You got a nice receiving core, young guys, but I think it depends on the quarterback. If Carr can be that, like Carr, we know of old, he can do that, they'll be a top contender, but I think it all falls on him than everybody else.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Marcus was saying, the thing that kind of bothers me with Carr a little bit is every year the dude puts up 4,000, almost 5,000 passing yards. You know what I'm saying? But for whatever reason, they just can't really get too far. They did make the playoffs last year, but Devontae Adams kind of changes things, you know what I mean? I think this is his first year of having a legit number one receiver, like a legit number one receiver. So, like Marcus said, I think it kind of falls on Carr. I think they'll go as far as Carr can take them at this point. So, kind of depends on how he does.
For sure, yeah, agreed. I like the Raiders that they're spunky, and it's definitely cool having a team in Vegas. So I like to see them do well, at least not be too bad. So we'll see. But another middle of the pack year, I think that'll be good for them. Let's move over to the Chargers now. Another young team. I put on there they got to make the playoffs because I just feel like they've been on the edge of making it in a couple years in a row now. They've definitely had a lot of talent. They put some more people on the defensive side of the ball, which should help. And then they got the young gun Herbert, who could maybe take even another step forward, like Strizzy was saying. So could this be the year that the Chargers kind of break through?
I think so. I think this could be a year where like 3 of these teams make the playoffs and one of them ends up edged out. And honestly, I could see this year being the Raiders again that get kind of edged out. You know what I mean? But we'll see. Like when Herbert shows what we think everyone thinks he can do, like the dude looks like a top top 5 quarterback in this league. Like the things he can do sometimes are freaking crazy, but he just has to be more consistent. I think last year it was consistency. It's like one game he would kill it, and then the next game you kind of fall off. And it's like, what just happened? You dominated last week. So consistency from him, and I think they make the playoffs kind of pretty easily.
Yeah, we'll see. I like the Chargers, but I still always said to this year, we'll see how it goes this year, that I think Herb is overrated. So we'll see if he, like you said, become elite this year. So I think I gotta give him this year. If he does great this year, now I give him his credit, but he gotta show me this year how he does, because I just think everybody's kind of high on him a little too much. So we'll see how he goes. He's cool to me. He's gonna be. I think it's like, oh, he surprised us, like, oh, he's doing really good like that. So I think that should be done now. So this year is the year you gotta take a team to the playoffs, at least the second round, for me to put you in elite level. So we'll see. Like I said, I think he's good, but I don't think he's like everybody's saying he is like elite. He's not there yet.
Got you. You want more. You still want more.
Yeah, he's overrated.
It was pretty bad that last game of last year, like when they lost to the Raiders with the playoffs on the line. That was a very interesting storyline, though. And the NFL continues to kind of set things up where they have those division games late, and it could make all the difference. So we'll see how it goes. I do want to welcome Dee to the show. She said, "Hi, everyone. You guys are doing a great job. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. That's what's up. Thank you for tuning in." Unk says, "Yeah, AFC West, super competitive. Definitely agreed with that." Let's see. Bobby says 2 words, Derek Carr, in relation to the Raiders. And then with the Chargers, he says, "I need to see it." Yeah, they're talented, but they still got to make it. They still got to make it happen.
They got to put it together on both sides.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the Chiefs. I'll put mine in. I think the Chiefs are my favorite to win this division again, even though it is so competitive. They have their times where they look like, maybe like, I don't know, like last year that looked like there was a couple games where there was like, oh, are they falling off? Are they falling off? But again, that's just overreaction. I think they've been so good and so consistent. I mean, they've hosted 4 straight AFC championship games. I mean, their level, their standard is pretty high, but I think that they'll be able to keep that up. I don't think losing Hill will be that big of a deal. I think they'll be able to adjust to it. But what are your guys' thoughts on the Chiefs this year?
I don't know, man. It's gonna be, you got to see it to see. 'Cause I think Tyreek Hill, even though they say, "Oh, we'll be fine," that's a big deal. Him not being there. This gonna be our first time seeing Mahomes without him. Because to me, I always say I think he was that scapegoat when he got that pressure on him. Like he could just throw that mug up, and Tyreek ain't gonna get it. So we'll see who be that guy for him now. But the thing is, it's either it's gonna be kind of, you gonna tell you miss him, or he gonna make somebody else that guy now. So I don't know if it's gonna be Juju gonna be come out of I don't want to say retirement, but he hasn't done anything since Antonio Brown left. When he was there, he played great. When he left, he had to be a main guy. He didn't play well. So I think this year maybe he might be that type of player now. He don't have the pressure. He's not the number one guy. He might come out and play well. Or another young fella might come and do it, but we'll see. I still think they're gonna miss Tyreek Hill a lot, but we'll see. It's Andy Reid, so I always trust Andy Reid. He's a great coach, so I think he'll make everybody else instead of one guy. So we'll see. I think that they should win the division for sure, though. But I want to see how they look without Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, they should win it. And I'm kind of with Marcus. Like, I know Chiefs fans want to act like Tyreek Hill wasn't a big deal, but that man amassed for 80% of Mahomes' touchdowns over the last couple of years. 80%, like that's crazy, bro. And you got Kelsey on the other side, like that's still nuts. Like Marcus was saying, like to me right now, I think it gives a chance for Mahomes to really kind of like spread the ball out a little bit more. You know what I mean? It's like I don't even know who their best receiver is. Is it Juju? Because like Marcus said,
I think it will be, what's number 17? I forget his name.
McCole Hardman.
Yeah, I think he might be that guy this year.
Okay.
Him or Pringle, I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And they also
Anthony tell us
from Green Bay.
Anthony, let us know.
It's not a deep threat. It's not a deep threat. But yeah, I mean, you got Andy Reid. You still got the enemy. He didn't go anywhere. So like coaching staff wise, I think they'll be fine. They are definitely the favorites to win this division. But I guess it just gives a chance for Mahomes to spread the ball out a little bit more.
Right. Could make them more dangerous in the long run if they do that. Anthony making some great points.
He said Juju Scott Moore. Who is Scott Moore? Is that rookie? I've never heard of Scott Moore before.
Sky Moore, yeah. He actually, I think he's not a rookie. I think he was drafted by, or no, maybe he is a rookie. Hold on.
Yeah,
Or
I
he's
don't
a
know him,
youngster,
but
that's for sure. I think this might be his first year.
wait.
Yeah,
Can we go? Can we go to Pops? He says Owens away. What Pops mean by that?
Oh, Owens. I think he's talking about Terrell Owens. I
Oh,
guess.
I know he brought him up. I don't know.
But he does say he loves the Chiefs wide receivers room. Bobby mentions Mahomes is 4-1 without Hill, but we're talking about him not being on the team, maybe not just like injured.
Yeah.
But
the Chiefs are still good. I'm not saying they're just gonna fall apart without Tyreek Hill. You know what I'm saying? But we're not gonna act like Tyreek Hill ain't a monster. Like, let's stop it.
Yeah, I just want to see. I want to see how they gonna do. And I think to me, the first game of the season against the Cardinals, that's gonna be a good game to see how they do. So I just want to see. I believe I won't be surprised they do well without Tariq. But it's gonna when they get time to pressure, he got to scramble all that. That right. Cheetah ain't there, man. So I want to see how he does with that. So
yeah. In crunch time, you got to go and win a game to get into the AFC Championship game. No one else is taking it to the house on a slant. I'm sorry, it ain't happening. Juju ain't doing it. Harmon ain't doing it. Moore ain't doing it.
That game last year, they don't win that game without Tariq.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah. And then on the other side too, we're gonna see how Tyreek Hill do in Miami too. We know his numbers won't be the same either.
Bro, Tua already underthrowing him, bro. He underthrew him twice bad already. Like, he can't. Yeah. His arm ain't strong enough to keep up with that speed, bro.
We'll see though.
Yeah, and I was gonna say one last thing is I still think at the end of the day, I think Tyreek Hill finds his way back to Kansas City. I don't think he'll be there long.
Oh wow! You think he's gonna come right back?
He has to. They meant to be, man. It's peanut butter and jelly, man. I don't know how they gonna do it, but he'll. To me, I think next year he'll be back in Kansas City. I don't know why. I just think that's gonna happen.
So that's Burden Ernie.
I think he would definitely have to humble himself differently for that.
After playing with Tua, you gonna definitely humble yourself. You gonna have a whole year of humbleness. That pie gonna be gonna be sick of that pie.
Big pie.
Man, I gotta say though, like I remember like their first like deep throw in like the I think the practice when he underthrew him really bad. It's like, oh, that's a practice you underthrowing him. And then he underthrew him pretty bad on that 50-yarder or whatever. I think it was last week. It's not looking good. The arm strength just ain't there for Tua.
Bobby says not after all that shade he's throwing. Pop says they don't want him back.
Trust me. Okay, we'll see. They play good.
Oh, sorry. Pops also said the guy from Green Bay, Valdez Scantling. He's a pretty good receiver.
He went there too.
He went there too. Yeah, that's right. So they do have like overall more,
And with Patrick Mahomes, you're gonna play even better. So they might not miss him at all. I didn't know they had all those guys. So it'd be exciting to see how they play.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think so. That'll be good. But I think that's our consensus favorite for the AFC West. Let's move over to the NFC West, another competitive division. So the West on both sides might be the toughest divisions or the strongest divisions, I guess, on either conference.
Most definitely.
We got the Rams, of course, that won the Super Bowl last year. Shout out to Mom Squad. They're basically trying to run it back, but they did upgrade a little bit at receiver. And they still might even end up with OBJ again. Who knows? They re-signed most of the defense. Of course, Aaron Donald coming back. So what do you guys think about the Rams, though? Do you guys think they can actually make a real run at repeating?
Repeating to win a Super Bowl? Not so sure, but getting back, I do. Just because I feel like the NFC this year isn't as strong as it was last year or the year before. A lot of quarterbacks are in the AFC. Some from the NFC went to the AFC. You know what I mean? So it kind of opens it up a little bit more. But I think the winner of the Super Bowl next year probably comes out of the AFC. But I do think they could definitely run it back and get back to the Super Bowl for sure.
I think so too. If they I think they can make a deep run.
Yeah.
I think it depends on Stafford though. He's healthy though. Like, do you play him for first week, or you kind of be cautious with him? Because you gonna be people come at you every year, every game because you're the Super Bowl champ, so they don't come harder at you guys. So I don't know, like, because do they have a good backup? So I don't know. It depends on the quarterback. I think Allen Robinson added him. I think that's a game changer right there. I think Allen Robinson gonna really show people. Like, so people don't really know because he played Chicago. He's gonna be that guy this year with Cooper Kupp too. I just think it's gonna be really good. Cooper Kupp numbers definitely going down this year, you know. So because like I said, Allen Robinson is a great receiver too. I think he could be up there, you know. So they have a team. The defense still solid. You know, you still got the best cornerback in the league, and you got Donald too on the side. So to me, I just think if Stafford could be okay, healthy, you know what I'm saying, come play, they definitely could be back in it. But if he kind of like, I don't know, it depends on that. Yeah. But he has the great running backs. He got great receivers. You know, a good tight end. So I think it depends
Cam Akers back too.
Health. That's what I'm saying. So it's on the health of the quarterback. If he can be cool, then they the Rams, man. So
yeah, I definitely think they do have a good shot at it. It'll be interesting though. Mom's, that's her squad. She said she hopes the Rams hang tough, but it is a rough division, and that is true. You know, depending on how it goes in your division, you could end up hosting games, or you could end up in the wild card real quick. So,
but we'll talk about it too. But you look at the teams? Is it a tough division?
Me and Marcus on the same wavelength today, bro.
I'm just saying.
I don't know if it's that tough this year.
Well, I guess if we look at the way they played last year, though, I mean, they all made the playoffs except for the Seahawks, and the Seahawks. I guess we just take them for granted. You're right. Maybe they are weaker. Like maybe they're not. They're probably going to fall back or regress a little bit even more this year. So maybe it's not the same in this division, but I don't know. Because now I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah.
Because if you look at the third three teams, San Francisco, you don't know what they're going to do with the quarterback. The Cardinals are the Cardinals. They always going to be the Cardinals. And then Seattle don't have a quarterback. So it's like, I don't know.
Well, let's jump through them. Let's talk about the rest of them because there's some good comments coming in about all the teams. So let's talk about San Francisco. I mean, we know that they are going to the Trey Lance era. That could slow things down. But in the long run, I think he's like more dynamic playmaker than Jimmy G, of course. So I think that if he is truly ready, they could be kind of scary again. Their defense is always good, but I don't know.
I agree with Moms what she's saying because it's division game. They gotta always play each other harder. So that is a fact that you can't forget about that. So division games are always, no matter who they are, how bad they are, they're gonna play you tough. So that's a good point there. So, but San Francisco, I think Debo too. I think it depends on Debo how he comes back. If he want to run the ball like he did last year, or he want to be a receiver this year. So we'll see how he shows up, and then also with the Trey Lance, how they kind of get together, how they play together. So I think Debo gonna be the big factor of their offense. So we see in the defense, you know, you got Joey Boseman. Is it Joey, the brother, little brother? That's the big brother, right? So I forget his name, but Bosa, whatever, Nick Bosa. So he come back healthy, you know. So they got a pretty good defense. Like I said, secondary we don't know, but I think they'll be solid though. I think they'll be solid.
Yeah, they should be pretty good.
I want them back though. I know that for sure.
That's Kelly's
they never really need for the quarterback to do too much. You know what I mean? Like you look at Jimmy G's numbers over the last couple of years.
Exactly.
He's a winner, but his numbers ain't great. You know what I'm saying? Like so. They just need Trey Lance not to mess up. That's all they need to do to win games. But if he messes up, I think that win column comes down a little bit. So we'll see.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's the thing, though. I think that goes to show why they're willing to make the switch, though, because Jimmy G is obviously an established quarterback. You know, he's a veteran quarterback, but they're like, we need to, you know, have that little extra oomph. So maybe it'll come out this time. Let's talk about the Cardinals. Marcus, you say the Cardinals are the Cardinals, and I agree. It's hard for me, especially being from Arizona, kind of seeing their history, like for me to always take them too seriously. So they did extend Murray's contract. They re-signed some of their veteran playmakers, but you know, how will those guys hold up? And then Hopkins, I almost forgot about his 6-game suspension, so I had to put it on there again because
that hurts.
That happened so long ago. Yeah, but that's going to start them out, you know, behind the 8 ball a little bit. But Strizzy, talk to me about the Cardinals. How do you think they'll do this year?
Bro, I become like a Kyler Murray hater. So like, because I'm kind of a Kyler Murray hater now, like it sucks that he went to OU, but it's like he's lost so much of my respect just over the last year. You know what I mean? Like, so it's really hard for me to root for this team like I used to in the past. You know, I used to root for them just because they're not my team, but it's still an AZ team. You know, but I don't know, man. I feel like he's been a really, really big diva lately, and it's just kind of it's real turn offish, you know what I'm saying? So they got to, you know, as far as just the division goes, they got to keep it together until Hop gets back. They got Hollywood Brown there, but But I think even he didn't get into some trouble too or something like that. Like didn't he get hurt?
Yeah,
or
he's
something
good.
Like
No, he got that DUI.
yeah, that's right. He got that DUI. Stupid. But he's known for dropping balls like a lot. Like he's been a league leader in drop passes. So no. Well, we'll see how they do. I'm like Marcus, man. Cardinals don't card. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I know Anthony said they might win this division, but I don't think so. I think Rams probably take it again.
I think the Rams do too, but we'll see. The Cardinals have a history of getting off to a hot start these last couple of years, so maybe they can replicate that.
And let me fix that about Hollywood. I don't know DUI, but I know he got a speeding ticket. I'm gonna fix it. I don't want to say the guy was out there DUI and he didn't, but he definitely got a speeding ticket.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's right. That's what it was. You're right.
So no, I appreciate that clarification. And then let's see. So the Seahawks, last team on our list, obviously replacing Russell Wilson is not going to be easy. They did decide on what they were going to do with that. I put aging Pete Carroll just because he turned 70 this year, and I just don't know. Like, is he in for a rebuild? Like, are they going to be good quickly, or is this kind of like one of those things where maybe they should start to figure out what their transition to their next head coach to bring them into the new thing. So, what do you guys think about the Seahawks though?
Pete Carroll should have been going after that bonehead decision too. I would have fired him then. So he never recovered from that. I think that I'm not trying to be funny, but I think that decision ruined the Seahawks organization for a while. Like they never recovered from that. They lost people and people just left. And they never. Yeah, because you could have been a back-to-back Super Bowl champ, and then to me, I think they could have won a third one, maybe not in 3 in a row, but maybe like following year and kind of regroup and got that slump. But I think that their team was great. They could have had 3 Super Bowls, I think, in that era, but they one decision because you didn't want to give somebody some glory, it backfired on you, So I just think about that. What if they get the ball to Lynch, or what if Russell Wilson say, "Hey, we ain't throwing the ball, we gonna run it." Like what? How did that team? They could have been
changed a lot.
Yeah, they could have been that. What do you call when a team win 3 in a row like the Cowboys? Dynasty. Yeah, they could have been dynasty. They were close to it, but that defense was so good, man. Earl Thomas and Chancellor and Sherman, and they had a
long way from the Legion of Boom. Yeah, now
it was like Chancellor having to retire early hurts me.
Yeah. I think it took out. I think Richard Sherman. I think his game went down. I really think. Look at it. That meme he got. Like he was like, "What are y'all doing?" Yeah. It just, man, I feel bad for those guys because I wasn't a Seahawks fan, but they were tough, man. They was like you kind of feared them when they came on the field of defense. While
they were cool to watch.
Oh yeah.
So, let's see. Okay, let me run through the comments a little bit. But yeah, Anthony Weston said Seahawks is going to be rough, kind of, agreeing with us on that one. Oh, Jonathan Cooley, welcome to the show. Says, yo. Jonathan. Let's see. What else do we got here? Bobby says Jimmy G can't win you games. He doesn't lose them, but can't win them for sure. He said on Kyler Murray, it made it real easy to hate on him.
For real.
And Bobby also agrees that kind of ruined the Seahawks.
It's going to be hard too because didn't their other receiver, Russ's like favorite target, he retired, didn't he?
No, he's still there. Talking about Lockett?
Yeah.
No, he's there. He played preseason. Like I don't know why, but against the Cowboys, he torches like 2 plays, so he's still there.
He's like, let me get a couple.
Yeah, I don't know why he was out there. I'm like, come on, dog, go to the sideline. Like he was really, he was balling, dog. He's real sneaky though. He's real sneaky.
He is. But no, yeah, he's still out there. So yeah, they still have some things, but it's gonna be different. They're just gonna have to live off their name for a little while, basically. So maybe this isn't the toughest division in the NFC.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I know we give Kyler a hard time, but Kyler might be this year, maybe because he has nothing to really lose. I think we got a lot of pressure on. I think he might be the best quarterback in the division this year. So we'll see, man.
Yeah, I mean, agreed. I won't take away what Kyler does. You know what I mean?
I feel you though. It's all facts. So I know. So I got some inside game on him. So I know everything you saying is facts. But I just
right.
And the reason why he like that because he know he's good. So that's why he's who he is. So
Real quick,
I think part of it's
appreciate you, Mike.
Oh yeah. Jonathan was on one of the streams on TikTok, so that's what's up.
Yeah.
Thank you for converting over to the YouTube too, though, joining us here and throwing on your comments. I was gonna say one last thing with the Kyler Murray. It might be like a little bit of short man complex too. Like he always has to be like he's doing something extra.
True.
Hey, true. It's all good.
That's facts.
All good.
That's facts.
No, you made
We
it.
get it.
You
Right. You're good.
You're straight.
All right. Pops did say your points about Robinson were right on, so he's giving you some credit there. Marcus, you got to take that while you can get it. For sure.
I'm taking that. Thank you, Pops. I'm take that and put it on my pocket.
Yeah, hold on to that.
And then Anthony West said Gino hung around a while to get a starting position. Hey, you know what? Everybody deserves their chance. That's why I'm happy for Marcus Mariota, at least at the beginning right now. I'm happy for him to get his chance, you know what I'm saying? So that's cool. But all right, let's wrap this thing up. We'll roll through our other sports. We got bonus other sports, but we got a little bit for NBA talk. So we'll keep this train moving. And then there's like a little game I kind of want to play at the end if we have enough time. So we'll see if we can make enough time for that. But let's keep this thing rolling. All right, so NBA talk is really, really small. So we just kind of split it with other sports. We're going to kind of zoom right into other sports after this. But one thing that happened last week that we did not talk about last week, Chet Holmgren being injured, tried to guard LeBron on one play in a pro-am and ended up hurting his foot. It was a lens frank. Yeah, he was guarding LeBron in a pro-am and had a lens frank injury. He's going to be out for his rookie season. So that's a big blow for the Thunder, but also for him, just like he had a lot to prove already. You know, the frame was a little bit of a concern, and it sucks that he got injured in this way. So what did you think about that, though, when you heard that one, Strizzy?
It sucks, man. Lens frank injuries are injuries that linger. You know what I mean? So it kind of sucks that it takes him out. And I think when he gets done rehabbing, I think they're really going to try to focus on putting some meat on him a little bit, put a little bit extra muscle on him, but that's going to weigh him down even more. So you know what I mean? So I really am worried about his career already long term, and just in regards to like his body, like is it actually going to hold up? And I'm telling you, man, those lens frank injuries they really do linger. So even when he's like, I feel 100%, it could be one game where he just steps wrong, and all of a sudden he's out again for the 20 games. So. It's rough, man. I actually feel bad for the kid. Seriously, it sucks.
Yeah, I do too. Anthony Weston said needs to use this time to put on weight. Pop says hoping for a full recovery for next year. Dang, Pop's got compassion for the youngster on this one. That's what's up.
This is so sad.
A little bit of a surprise.
Hey, whoever's on Pop's comment, can you? What did real Pop say? Is he tied up? Free Pops.
You're like he complimented Marcus. He agreed with Marcus.
He must have had some good dinner. That's what it is. Or he gonna have some good dinner. Something's coming up.
No, that's what's up. Jonathan Cooley. He said, "Did you do the Steelers as the best in their division?" I think we picked the Ravens for that division.
I picked the Bengals.
The Ravens and Bengals, kind of a mix. But Jonathan, since you're a Steelers fan, I do want to know who you think will start for the Steelers and who.
That'd be good.
That's a good question.
So please let us know about that one. The other thing for NBA talk, this one is disappointing to me. The Lakers traded for Patrick Beverley. They traded Talen Horton-Tucker and Stanley Johnson, who are two young players, you know, not super consequential, but up and coming and had some potential for Pat Beverley, who to me, he just gets on my nerves. Like, I don't want him on the squad. Like, I don't like necessarily watching him play. I'm trying to have an open mind about this, but do you guys have any like words of encouragement for me about this or any like silver lining I'm missing?
He's that guy that if you're not on your team, you hate him. You on your team, you love him. I think he's what the Lakers really needed, though. Think about it. Last year, they had no defense. I think he's gonna bring that intensity. I think he's well respected. I really think that's a good pickup. He's not gonna start, you know what I'm saying? So he'll be the guy to kind of help, you know. So I think he'll be good for the team, kind of like off court type of thing in practice, kind of get the defense, kind of get guys going a little bit like that. So I think he'll be good for the Lakers. But for some reason I think Russell is gonna be gone though. I think they're gonna probably try to trade Russ. I haven't heard anything lately about him being on the team, but I don't know if Russ gonna want to be on the same team as him. So when they signed him, I thought maybe Russ gonna be really trying to get out of there, or maybe they're gonna be cool. So we'll see. But my first thought was Russ gonna be out of there.
I agree. It made me think that too. They don't have the best They don't have the best history there. Unk says Patrick Beverley best friends with Russell Westbrook. I don't know. A report came out earlier today that they've agreed, that they're going to be cool. But it's like it's easy to say that, but if you really don't like them, I don't know. Other rumor I heard regarding Russell Westbrook, though, is potentially Donovan Mitchell moving around and a multi-team trade. But, I just don't know if that would really happen. So we'll see. Stephanie Washington, fellow Lakers fan, she said this is some BS. He should not have been there. I think that's what – oh, no, wait. You're talking about Chet Holmgren maybe. Stephanie might be talking about Chet because she's a big Gonzaga fan too. So
true.
Yeah, but Anthony Weston says they have to build for LeBron. They'll worry about the future until he retires. After he retires, I agree with that too. And Marcus, we lost your video.
Yeah, I'm here, man. I left my plug for my camera, so it might have died, but we'd be back.
Oh, your battery went down. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll see though. Oh, no, Stephanie Washington said there was a slippery floor. They had to call the game. So she was talking about the program, the Chet Holmgren. So yeah, that was a weird situation that, the way it happened, and it's definitely unfortunate with it being like, off-season type of thing. So, all right. So that's pretty much what we got for NBA talk. Lots of time before the offseason really kicks off. But speaking of basketball, we got WNBA, Connecticut versus the Chicago Sky, and then Seattle Storm versus the Las Vegas Aces. So we're in the semifinal round, and the road teams actually won both of the opening games. There'll be more games, so we'll see. But I'm rooting for the Aces for sure out of the 4 that are left. But Seattle Storm still's got some veterans. Strizzy, do you have a WNBA horse that you're after?
Yeah, I've always kind of liked the Aces, when we're not rooting for our Mercury, but I think it'd be kind of cool if Seattle won. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be kind of cool if Seattle won.
Sue Bird going out like that would be
you know what I'm saying? It'd be kind of dope to see Sue kind of go out on a ship. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. We'll see. If Seattle wins and it's rigged, so I mean, I love Sue Bird. She's been pivotal for the WNBA, but I just can't see them beating the Aces and in a series. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, no, definitely. We'll find out for sure. And then the other thing, though, I was so happy. So last night, Serena Williams opened her U.S. Open campaign. This is presumably her last tournament, but she did win last night. I was very excited because I was afraid we were going to get to SLAC and have her be out of the tournament already. So I'm glad that she won. But tomorrow she plays the number 2 ranked player in this tournament, so it might be over tomorrow. Marcus, what do you think? You lighting the candle and everything?
I don't lie. I watched last night. Yeah. Last night was great, man. To see her, she hasn't played like that in like 4 years. I don't care nobody to say. I don't know what got into her. Maybe because the stars out there to see her and like that. But she looked good. If she could play like that, she could actually go back to the championship. But that Serena, we haven't seen it in a long time. So if we can see that Serena, like she was acing it, like her serve was on point, it was killing like that. So she can do that, man. I think she could go, but I don't know. Is energy? Maybe she knows her last one. Maybe she wanted to go out good, but I'm rooting for it, man. But I still think it's over with though. And Kelly, you coming for me, man? Don't be like Grace. Don't be like Grace. Please stay on the good side, because Grace is in my bad side right now. So no, it just technical difficulties. I'm in Arizona. That's where they come. When they go on winter protection, they come to Arizona, so I'm already here. So
you're already here. Yeah. That's why you came from somewhere else. saying Serena leaving the game on her own terms, definitely, most definitely. And so at least it wasn't like a loss. And that might have been the thing, is like she knew she didn't want to go out that very first match, So we'll see. Anthony Weston says, "Let's go, Serena." And yeah, I do hope that she can pull through.
Question though, did you guys watch the match yesterday?
I did.
So why did they do the whole little ceremony thing? You think they know she's gonna lose next round or something? Because it was kind of odd to me. Like, why would I do all this for? She just won her first match. Like, why?
I think that was part of it. I think it was
they don't want to do when she loses.
One of those things where they're just like, we can say we're doing this for her first match of this tournament, and not mention the fact that it's probably going to be her last. So
okay, guys, because it was kind of like weird though.
Yeah. Jonathan asked, what do we say about the Steelers? We're saying that we wanted to know what quarterback you think that they will start and what quarterback you want them to start for the Steelers. So that was our question for you. But yeah, okay, all right. So we'll keep it moving. Next up, we definitely got to talk about for other sports. The next wave of golfers has officially left to go to LIV, and that it's highlighted by Cam Smith, who's the number 2 ranked player in the world right now, and then also one of my personal favorite golfers, Harold Varnell III, who is sponsored by Jordan. So Marcus, you're our golf guy. What do you think this means for the PGA? Is that a big blow?
Big blow. It's a big blow. So right now, it's competition now, though. It's competition. You lost Harold and you lost him, and you lost Joaquin Neiman too. He's a great upcoming golfer, young guy too. So it's on now. It's no PGA is better than LIV. It's a competition now. It's gonna be a rivalry now from here on out, because you lost Dustin Johnson, you lost some other up and coming guy, you lost DeChambeau, like you lost some Brooks. So now it's competition. To me, I think it's like almost like an even type thing. I think the PGA have a little edge, but it's competition now, you know. So they in trouble, man. So I think LIV got what they wanted, and they're gonna probably get a couple more people to see how it goes. But in the end of the day, I think it's gonna be even now. So I thought LIV was gonna be kind of struggling a little bit, but you got Cam. I was like, oh man, that was big. I knew it was happening, but I think it's gonna really happen this fast. And he waited till the tour was over with, and he's like, oh, I'm gone. Right. So it's competition now, man.
No, I agree. I think the cool thing about the way that LIV did it too is that all these guys the last 6 that they got that announced today, they're all gonna start in the tournament that starts Friday. So they're going right away, and the PGA just concluded their tour for this year. So they're going to be going kind of silent. This is going to give LIV a chance with all the attention to keep it going, and at a time where, you know, people that want to watch golf every weekend, they're not going to be able to watch the PGA Tour. So I like what they're doing. I like the timing of it. I think we all talked about the fact that we'd probably be at LIV. So so that's what's up.
Got money, nice.
Yeah,
for them last places, it's nice.
Yeah, exactly. Still coming in last place. So I like what they're doing. Meanwhile, the PGA is responding in their own ways. They're upping their purses. And Rory, we do got to give a shout out to Rory. He was down 6 strokes. Okay, I thought it was 5 or 6 strokes in the final for the FedEx Tour Cup, and he did win. He came roaring back and won $18 million purse as the year-long winner, which is that's just big money. Big
4
money.
days, 18 million.
So that's what's up for Rory. And I think it's kind of cool, though, because he did talk about it, too. He's been one of the most outspoken people against LIV and being like, you know, hey, we need to stay on the PGA Tour, and this is the place where the elite golfers are. So for him to win kind of gives more credibility to, like, that voice he's trying to bring. Also, him and Tiger Woods are linking up for, like, a virtual golf thing. I think next week I'm going to try to bring the details so we can kind of talk over that, because that seems very interesting. But we'll kind of tease that for next week. Let's see. We also got up here Albert Pujols. So he's chasing 700. He has 694 home runs. He's only 2 away from passing A-Rod, and if that and that would he would become 4th on the list. And then he's 6 away from joining the 700 club. Only Barry Bonds, Hank Aaron, and Babe Ruth are over 700. So
McGuire didn't make 7?
No.
Dang.
Yeah. So those 3, that's very elite company. This is his last year. He's adamant that he's going to retire regardless of how it shakes out. He's got about 30 games left, so I think he's going to be able to do it. But it could be like an A-Rod situation where he winds up only a couple short. A-Rod only was like 4 away from getting to 700 and never made it. So we'll see.
Unless they do a Michael Strahan and give it to him, you know, maybe
all of a sudden, like the last week of the season, they're just throwing softballs.
He hit one last night.
Yeah, he hit one last night.
At least 2 softballs. You gotta give it to him. Hey, is that an old pitcher, or is he back with St. Louis?
He's back with St. Louis this year. Yeah.
What? When did that happen?
So that's the kind of the best part about it too. Like
cool.
He's back in his own, you know. So if and when I think he will make it, and when he does, you know, he'll be doing it in the right colors. So
wow, I didn't know he went back there. That's crazy.
He went back for this year, kind of as his farewell tour, and to get a shot to, you know, play some more. So I think he'll do it. I
always like Pujols though. I always liked him.
Yeah, for sure. We're definitely excited for college football kickoff. Now, week 0 was last week, so there were a few big games. You know, there was a few big schools participating, but week 1 is this Saturday. That's when we're going to see everybody in action, including Oregon versus Georgia, which I think might be the best matchup.
No, stop it. You know that's gonna be a blowout. Stop it, man.
But I'm saying the best matchup of the week one, like because most teams are playing, like they're not playing like good competition.
Well, the LSU game might be the LSU playing Florida State. Is that the game?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, Ohio State playing Notre Dame. That's probably it.
No, you're right. So y'all is, but the reason why I said no because y'all definitely blowing them out. That's the only reason I said that. But it might be the best matchup for the week one. You're right.
In terms of competition, you know what I mean, or team names, you're probably right though. Like Oregon's still a big school, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But what's your prediction score? Y'all beat them by 20 or 30? What you got?
I think only like 20. I think our offense usually starts slow, but our defense will still do their thing. But I think it might be kind of I don't know.
Is it a neutral spot?
It's in Atlanta, so it's technically neutral, but it's not really neutral.
That's not neutral. Stop it, man. Yeah, that's not. Come on, man.
Right. So we know that there's gonna be a lot more red than green, but it's technically a neutral site. So, Strizzy, do you know who Oklahoma has this week?
Like UTEP or something like that.
Oh, okay.
yeah. They got a should be really super easy one.
Yeah. We might have to get together for the Oklahoma-Texas game this year, though.
You might have
That'll
to.
Be fun.
That would be dope.
That would be cool.
I don't know. I won't be around him that game.
You'll be back on the blank screen again, huh?
It's going to be interesting because, I knew we weren't going to lose to them the last 2 years, but, I don't know if I trust us this year. This year is shaky.
Last year we had y'all up, we was blowing y'all out 3 turns. I don't know. I don't know how it happened last year.
That was crazy.
We changed quarterbacks.
Yeah, you're right. You sure right. You sure right.
And that quarterback went to USC. That's what's so crazy.
Is he starting?
Wow. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They're gonna be nice with him, dog. He's definitely.
And he's there with his coach too, Lincoln Riley, on offense. USC gonna make a little bit of a comeback, I think.
Definitely, I think so too. All right, but that's what's up. Mom says, "Go Dogs, sick 'em." So excited for this season. Kelly says, "Go Dogs" as well. Definitely very exciting. Unk said he purchased an Albert Pujols rookie card. Smart man. It's a good time to invest in some Albert Pujols stuff right before he makes all this attention. Definitely be a Hall of Famer though. There's no question, for sure. Anthony was mentioning Texas versus Bama September 10th will be one of the most watched games. Yeah.
Wait, we played them this year?
Yeah, that's
me too.
Dang, dog.
So y'all get ready this week, and you'll be fine. You'll be tuned up and ready.
Oh man,
I can just imagine your face right now, Marcus.
That's too early, man.
Too early. I do want to get back to Jonathan. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I want to get back to Jonathan Cooley real quick. He did answer. He said, to be honest, he's fine with any 3. Rudolph showed that he can compete with the other 2. So, dang, you must really be a Steelers fan if you like Mason Rudolph too, like that. First and second preseason, Rudolph was getting smacked and still throwing darts. He is the only one with experience, at least starting there for the Steelers. So they do have a pretty good situation. But
yeah, but you know what though, Marcus? If Texas loses to Bama in week 2, it gives them time to recover. You know what I'm saying? But they're playing Bama, week 9 and they lose. It's kind of a wrap. So,
yeah,
might be all right. You might be all right.
We'll see. All right. The last thing on here is Nazem Kadri for the Avalanche. He did leave the Avalanche and signed a 7-year deal with Calgary, which I was a little sad about, but I'm happy for him. He's 32 years old to get such a long deal. But one interesting thing is, when you win the Stanley Cup, every player gets 1 day to go take the Stanley Cup and do whatever they want with it. Nazem Kadri is actually the first Muslim NHL player to win the Stanley Cup. So he's actually bringing the Stanley Cup to a mosque in his hometown. And that's going to be the first time the Stanley Cup has ever been in that type of a situation. So just wanted to say, shout out to him. He's definitely one of my favorite Avalanche players. And I'm not ashamed to say I'm probably going to buy his jersey now that he left because it'll be cheaper. So I'm probably going to sneak that into the card at some point later this year once the discounts hit. So you know how that is.
Dope.
But yeah, so that's pretty much it though. Go ahead and shut this thing down, and we'll get ready to we'll get ready to close out the show. Jonathan says he's telling us the Steelers are underrated, and I think that they're going to be good, but they're definitely not going to have a losing record, not with Mike Tomlin. But
this might be the first year. Sorry, Jonathan.
But definitely, Jonathan, join us throughout the year and let us know how wrong we were about the Steelers all along the way. We will look forward to that for sure. And I definitely want to thank everyone else for their comments. We had this little game, but it's going to be too late. I want us to end a little on time, so we'll look forward to the next week, maybe playing a little game together.
We'll try to speed up the division stuff a little bit next week.
Yeah. Even though the Cowboys, the NFC East and the AFC East is next week, so we had to kind of. But that's what it is. Definitely appreciate all the comments. Today we really love the engagement along the way, and a lot of stuff to always talk about, a lot of things to dissect and to dive into, and we appreciate you guys coming back to do it with us every single week. Anything else you guys want to note before we go out?
All I can think of, just excited for football to be back, man.
For sure.
We get college this week and then NFL following, so it's on and popping.
Oh, that's one thing. Yeah, I will say too that we'll do this for our final say. We're going to be back on our Secure the Bag, where we'll be doing some locks for the NFL, and we'll be doing our weekly picks. And I'm going to be sending out the invitation for the pick'em. You guys can compete in the pick'em for free for prizes each week, and then also for our Super Bowl squares. So get ready for that. That'll be super exciting, and yeah, just a lot to look forward to, and we'll keep it moving here. But
my bad. One more quick reminder.
Yeah.
A couple people that are in here. I know Bobby and Anthony. Don't forget, draft is Sunday. So. And
Pops too.
Yeah, Pops too. Yeah, check it out.
Pops don't do it, man.
Pops will get you signed up. Make sure we get you signed up before the weekend too. So it's on. We have the little SLAC league too. So.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's what it is. That was episode 157. We'll be back next Tuesday. It's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Shizzy.
Free me, man. Please, y'all free me.